So good afternoon. I'm here all the way from Kenya, and the reason, I'm Rosemary Gathara from Kenya, and the reason I'm here is because we have over 500,000 people in Kenya who do not get any treatment for their epilepsy, and we would like your help. We need $169,000 for M-Kifafa. Kifafa is Swahili for epilepsy, and M-Kifafa is an information service on mobile phones. So I'd like to show you the situation with epilepsy in Kenya. If you could please have the video.
Kikombe. Kikombe. Tupigie makofi. Kuje, kuna mambo imetokea hapa.
Nasikia Musa kaanguka. Ngoja mwalimu, ngoja tutamsaidia. Musa, tutaenda kwake wakati akiamka.
Hana shida naamka, hana shida.
Ngoja kwanza amke. Musa. Pole. Hii tabu kuambukizwa, waachana nayo. Mtoto wako Musa alianguka darasani na simtaki Musa shuleni.
M-Kifafa uses simple, short messages to provide information about epilepsy. These are designed to fight against stigma, misinformation, ignorance, and to link patients to care.
Safaricom products have helped me to learn more about the triggers of epilepsy, because you find out many people with epilepsy, they don't understand the triggers. So for me, I've learned a lot about the triggers, the causes, the first aid that a person with epilepsy should get, and also the treatment, the effective treatment, which is very efficient for seizure control.
The M-Kifafa pilot program was supported by a number of key partners. Join us in raising epilepsy awareness throughout Kenya.
Okay, so thank you. So as you see, there's a lot of stigma that happens when there's with epilepsy in Kenya. So that's a situation. We have prevalence of 18 per 1,000 people with epilepsy in Kenya. That works out to 800,000 people, and only 20% get the treatment that they need. So you have a whole lot of people who are not diagnosed and they're not on any treatment for their epilepsy. Now, take my friend Tom, for example. When his son first had a seizure, he was confused. The neighbors say, take him for prayers. The demons will be cast out, he'll be well. The family felt he did something wrong. It was a curse, and they had to go do something. They'd done something wrong, they needed to make it right. But we can help. M-Kifafa is a simple information service, and it's not an app. We don't have many smartphones in Kenya, and we don't have much internet access anyway. So it's not a smartphone. It doesn't run on smartphones. It works on basic phones. It's an SMS. We call them SMS. I think you call them text. It's a text service. So all Tom would have to do is dial *215# on his phone. And once he dials it on his simple phone, I think some of you may have heard of M-Pesa, the mobile money transfer service, very popular in Kenya because almost over 82% of the households in Kenya have a mobile phone. So he dials *215# and he gets a menu. And he selects an option. So the options for information, they include what to do when your child has a seizure. What is a seizure? What's happening to your child? Are they in pain, or what's going on there? And then it also gives directions to an epilepsy clinic, so he knows where to take his child for care. So the information comes to him in form of a text. So we developed it over 4 months. The platform was developed over 4 months, and then it was up and running for a period of 5 months. And without any publicity. We didn't have any money for awareness. We just did 1 week on a regional radio station, and we had almost 4,000 people registered. 847 of them were patients, 3,000 were caregivers. So people do need this information, and it links them to the care they need. Now, why we need your help, Tom needs to know that he has the information in his hands. He just needs to dial the service. So we need to do an awareness campaign about the *215#. We also need to develop enough content. Like, I've had a lot during this conference, like we don't have anything on it about SUDAP. We only put basic information like seizure first aid and directions to care, what a seizure is. It's just some activity in the brain. We put basic information, but there's a lot more that needs to go in there. And then we have about 5 major language groups. Of course, there are 42 communities in Kenya, but there are 5 major language groups. So we need to do some translation. So Tom gets the information in a language that he understands. So that's why we need your help, so that together we can raise epilepsy awareness in Kenya and help these over 500,000 people get some access to care. Thank you.
First of all, let me congratulate you for a truly amazing project to help so many people. I guess my first question is, give me a sense, since I don't know how people in Kenya obtain health information, is SMS system a very common thing that if it's out there, people use it and will jump to it over other approaches, other media, other areas, just so that I can get a sense of how, is this in line with other type of conditions in terms of giving health information?
Thank you, that's a good question. Mobile phone use is very high in Kenya. Like, it beats mobile phone payments, beat credit card payments. We use mobile phone for a lot of things, and it's your basic mobile phones. Now, we do health information for people who get a lot of money, like when they have the Global Fund for malaria and global initiatives for HIV. Those use mainly TV and radio, and they have a lot of money, so they sustain mass media campaigns for very long. But when you have limited resources, like we do for epilepsy, like I could give an example of TB, they run a service on phones, and they get people to go for care, to adhere to their treatment, and they run these services and they work. And you have community health workers who are linked to the patients through their mobile phones, and they'll make patient follow-ups at their homes. So we use mobile phones a lot in Kenya.
Thank you.
So is there, I didn't notice, is there a place to ask questions, or is this just giving direction and instruction and there's no way to respond?
Thank you. Now, how it's a platform. How it works, it is interactive. It doesn't only push information, you can send information to it. And in fact, every clinic, we had so far we have 14 clinics listed to provide services. I know it's not a lot for a country with 44 million people, but there isn't much. There aren't many facilities that offer services for people with epilepsy. But what happens when a clinic is registered on the service, they get a dashboard, and they're able to type up short messages on their computer, and it goes to their patients who are registered at their facility, and their patients can communicate with them. So you have a lot of interaction between patient and clinician.
Can you tell us a little bit about the timeline? How often do these text messages go out? Is there a way that the user can get them on demand, or do they come at a set schedule?
Yes, that's a good one, because there is a cost involved. So we don't just push information unless the person asks for it. So the person must register on the service. The first thing when you dial *215# is you get registered. Then each option you choose, because the text messages are limited to 160 characters, spaces included. So there's very limited information you can push in one text message. So somebody will get a response once they've requested information. Like if I want information on seizure first aid, I'll get a prompt that this will be 5 text messages. Now, a text message for this service we've negotiated with Safaricom, which is our Verizon. It's the largest mobile phone service in Kenya, and it will tell you it's a shilling per SMS. So that's a cent, a 1 US cent. So that would be 0.1, sorry, 0.1 US cent, 0.5 US cents. So you say okay, and you get your 5 messages. If you want something else, I want to know what are seizures, then it will prompt you, those are 2 SMSs. Then you, 0.2 cents, you say okay, you get the information. So it's a query system. You query for the information, the system sends it back to you.
What do you anticipate to be the sustainable revenue stream? In other words, once it's up and going, what's sort of the business model for keeping it going?
Thank you. So what we've done so far, we did the development with support from Safaricom. They put in, together with the Kenya Community Development Foundation, they've already put in close to $100,000 to get the platform up. Now, they've given us a challenge. They're willing to do a 70-30 cost revenue share. We put in 30% of the initial marketing cost. They'll put in 70%. But that's for the initial marketing cost. It's for a 6-month nationwide campaign. Once we've done that, we expect to hit a tipping point, at least 200,000 people registered on the service. That once you hit that, then you've got a continuous revenue stream, because then they're always querying the system. The patients are registered to the clinics, and the clinics are sending them information on compliance, next appointment. So it will continuously generate revenue to continue running.
So Telecom's told you that when you get to 200,000 subscribers, then it'll be self-sustaining?
Yes, that's our tipping point, so as per our business case.
Any questions from the audience? Yep. So wait for the...
Oh, I really don't want a mic. So the individuals or families that are going to use this product, first they have to have the phone, which you said a good percentage do have. What about, are you saying that do they have to pay to subscribe, and then they have to pay per text every time they reach out to you also?
Thank you. Yes, that's how services work in Kenya. We don't have contracts. Somebody told me that's what you do here. We don't do that. You pay per use. So if I want to use a service, I pay for exactly what I'm using. If I'm getting 5 texts, I pay for 5 texts. But what we've done, we have what you call a premium rate service. Like this would be a premium rate service that would charge 5 shillings per text. That's what other premium rate services charge. But because we are doing this in collaboration with Safaricom, we've negotiated with them to put it at a shilling 50 cents, that's 0.15 cents, US cents. And then that's what the person would pay. So it's really low cost, but it's on condition that we raise our bit of the 30-70 cost revenue share.
Question in the back.
First of all, thank you for being a voice and for coming this far. The world could use more people like you. Secondly, I noticed there was a contact us option on there as well. Does that prompt a phone call to you? And if so, if you have that many people who sign up, does that create capacity issues to answer questions that are given to you?
Thank you. If I understood you right, you're asking if there's a lot of people signed up, will there be a problem?
Well, there was a contact us menu option. Does that mean they actually have to call you, or do they?
Thank you. So under the contact us, the good thing is that we're partnering with Safaricom, so they don't get our number, they get the Safaricom call center number. So we've done a training, and it's a call center that they get to that directs them to what they need.
Thank you so much.
Can I ask one last
question?
A little bit of a crucial question. How much money is 30% of the... How much money do you need to fund the 30% that would be your responsibility?
Okay, total we need is $169,000, but the marketing aspect, we need to raise $64,000. Sorry, I'm thinking of it in shillings, 64,000.
Now, thank you so much.